It's 5:30, and we will call this meeting to order. There is an amendment to item 6C on the minutes. Trustee Nelson corrected to read Trustee Martin, and copies are provided. May I have a
Wait,
motion?
To what?
I'm sorry.
What are you adjust-
Trustee Nelson was listed twice
But what are you amending?
Oh, in the minutes.
in the minutes, item 6C.
It's not 6C. 6C is recognition of student board members.
Yeah, where are we?
Minutes.
Oh, in the minute. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
item
with you.
16 in the minutes, right?
I'm with you. Okay. I will make a motion to approve
What
the
do you
agenda
say?
as amended.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I do, I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 3 with 2 absences.
Correct.
And I forgot, please let the record show that Trustee Nelson
Mm-hmm.
and Trustee Brown are not here tonight.
Good job.
And with that, we will move to closed session.
Okey-dokey.
reconvene at 6:03 PM. We'll report on action taken in closed session. May I have a motion to approve case 2425-05-SE,
I'll make a motion.
and a second.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Yes.
Trustee Wing,
Yes.
Trustee Martin,
Aye. Okay. And may I have a motion to approve case number 2324-03-SD,
I move.
I'll second.
and roll call.
Trustee Johnson,
Yes.
Trustee Wing,
Yes.
Trustee Martin.
Aye. Okay, and with that, we will have the flag salute. All rise.
No, it was on.
Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, and may I have Sheldon Jin come to the podium? Right here. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and I want to thank you. I understand that there's going to be a lot of celebrations here today, and so it's appropriate that I start off the celebration, and I thank the board for giving me this opportunity to speak to you about this. My name is Sheldon Jin. I'm a professor at San Francisco State University, and I'm here tonight as a doctoral advisor for your superintendent, Maite Ituri. I'm very pleased to report to you that she has successfully completed and defended her dissertation, and this month she will be awarded the Doctor of Education degree.
Yeah.
The doctor degree is the highest level of curriculum in a field of learning, and it is distinguished by students not only mastering current knowledge in the field, but also contributing to that knowledge with original research. Maite's doctoral degree is in educational leadership, and our program at San Francisco State University focuses on educational equity. So to earn this degree, Maite produced a dissertation that she titled "The Cost of Free Public Education and the Impacts on High School Families." In it, she examined the costs in money and time that families of high school students pay for their children to participate in common activities that we associate with high school. And some of these activities are the ones that make up our fondest memories of that time in our lives. These include not only academic opportunities like AP exams and college entrance testing, but also athletics, performing and visual arts, and social activities. It's well understood that these activities are elective and optional, but do the costs associated with them prevent some students from participating in them even when they want to? To answer this question, Maite collected narrative and survey data from a representative sample of over 600 families of high school students throughout Sonoma County. Among her high-level findings are that, and I quote, "A family's capacity to engage in school life is shaped significantly by income, race and ethnicity, primary language, and participation in specialized programs. Specifically, families from lower income or historically marginalized backgrounds face structural barriers that limit access to enrichment and educational opportunities, while more affluent, white, and English-speaking families are better equipped to navigate and benefit from those systems." And end of quote. And while families of all backgrounds mostly understand and are sympathetic of schools' need to seek donations for these activities because of tight budgets, they are deeply concerned about the social disparities that are exacerbated by the practice in public education. Maite writes that these findings highlight, and I quote again, "the need to reimagine school funding and family engagement through a deliberate equity lens, one that honors the diverse and lived experiences of families and addresses the systemic conditions that continue to reproduce educational inequity," end quote. This study perfectly reflects the type of educational leader that Maite has always been and the kind that we need more of in California and this country. It has been my privilege to work with Maite first at Petaluma City Schools and now at San Francisco State University, and I congratulate her on her new beginning as Dr. Maite Itori.
Thank you, Sheldon. Congratulations, Dr. Utudi. Thank you. Okay, next up, recognition of school volunteers.
Want to make sure if there are any volunteers or retirees in the audience, we're having the retirees up here and the volunteers up here.
And our first principal up is Anna Maria Young.
Hello, everybody. This year, we would like to honor Veronica Figueroa Casillas. Come on up. For Rancho Cotati High School. So, Veronica, we have some words. It'll take a little bit of time. Thanks for standing there. It is my great honor to present this year's Parent Volunteer of the Year Award, recognizing selfless dedication, unwavering commitment, and the powerful impact one individual can have on a school community. This year, we proudly honor Veronica, a parent whose heart, work ethic, and passion have deeply shaped Rancho Cotati High School.
Es un gran honor para mí presentar el Premio del Padre Voluntario del Año de este año, que reconoce la dedicación desinteresada, el compromiso inquebrantable y el gran impacto que una persona puede tener en la comunidad escolar. Este año honramos con orgullo a Verónica, una madre cuyo corazón, ética de trabajo y pasión han forjado profundamente la escuela preparatoria Rancho Cotati.
Veronica has raised two wonderful students here, and she's also been a driving force in our Mecha Club and Latino Student Union, playing key roles in the Latin American celebration, partnering with the Mexican Consulate to bring authentic culture to campus, our award-winning Dia de los Muertos displays in downtown Santa Rosa, the Christmas Posada, spreading joy and connection on campus, Cinco de Mayo festivities, where she lovingly cooked and raised funds for students, and numerous fundraisers and events that have supported student trips and cultural pride, and the creation of our school mural, a lasting symbol of identity and belonging.
Verónica ha creado a dos maravillosos estudiantes aquí y se ha convertido en un apoyo fundamental, especialmente en nuestra comunidad latina. A pesar de las barreras y los desafíos del idioma, su resiliencia ha refinado el significado de la participación de los padres. Ella ha sido una fuerza impulsora en nuestro Club Mecha y en la Unión de Estudiantes Latinos, desempeñando papeles claves en la celebración latinoamericana, en asociación con el Consulado de México para llevar cultura auténtica al campus. Nuestra exhibición galardonado de Día de los Muertos en el centro de Santa Rosa, la posada navideña, difundiendo alegría y conexión en el campus, festividades del 5 de mayo, donde cocinó con amor y recaudó fondos para los estudiantes. Numerosos eventos y actividades de recaudación de fondos que han apoyado los viajes estudiantiles y el orgullo cultural. La creación de nuestro mural escolar, símbolo perdurable de identidad y pertenencia.
Please join me in congratulating Veronica Figueroa Casillas, our 2025 Parent Volunteer of the Year. Next up, I would like to honor El Camino's Volunteer of the Year, Scott Weaver.
I was wearing one of his fancy hats.
I'd like to take a moment to recognize someone truly special, Scott Weaver. An extraordinary artist and a generous member of our community. Scott recently came to our continuation school to share not just his incredible toothpick art, but also his inspiring personal journey of resistance, resilience, and overcoming obstacles. Scott didn't just bring his art, he brought his heart. He shared stories that resonated deeply with our students, and it made a lasting impact. In fact, 2 students walked away that day saying it was the best day that they had at school all year. That's the power of connection, authenticity, and joy. Many of you may know Scott as the creator of the iconic Weaver Winter Wonderland, a holiday tradition that has brought decades of joy and wonder to our community. Scott is not only passionate and immensely creative, but he's also kind, funny, and deeply thoughtful. His presence lit up our school, and his words and work reminded our students and all of us that there is beauty in persistence and value in every story. We're truly grateful for Scott's time, his wisdom, and his art. Thank you, Scott, for being a bright light in our community and an inspiration to our students. There's also recognitions up here. Sorry, here's for Scott.
Si alguien necesita traducción, hay audífonos disponibles en la mesa al lado de la puerta. Thank you. If someone needs translation, there's translation services. There's headsets on the table by the door.
All right. This is Bridget Skilling, and on behalf of the entire Richard Crane School community, it is with deep gratitude and admiration that we recognize you as our 2025 Volunteer of the Year. Your tireless dedication and infectious smile, unwavering commitment to our students and families have left a lasting impact on our school. Bridget's more than a volunteer. She's a driving force within our school community. Her energy, spunk, and unwavering dedication have helped shape and strengthen our PTA, always welcoming and inclusive. Bridget is not only a great listener, but also a thoughtful problem solver who brings people together. Whether she's serving as vice president of our PTA, contributing to the voice of our school site council, or leading with your heart during community events, you consistently place students at the center of everything you do. Your generosity knows no bounds, from organizing meals for Thanksgiving to actually cutting down trees in the National Forest to ensure our families in need have Christmas joy. She does have permits. I want to make sure you know that, all legal, and you do it with warmth and compassion. Bridget has played a vital role in securing sponsorships and donations, demonstrating her commitment to enhancing our school resources. Whether she's organizing events or donning our Cougar Cub costume for Walk and Roll to School Day, Bridget brings heart and spirit to everything that she does. You've done it all. Often behind the scenes, never seeking recognition. You've even stepped up to call a loteria while practicing your Spanish, just to bring smiles to our students and our families. You're selfless and truly inspiring, and your presence brightens every room you walk into. We are so grateful for your passion, your leadership, and the joy that you bring to our school community. Thank you, Bridget, for being a beacon of kindness, leadership, and service. Remind us all of what it means to give from the heart, and with deepest appreciation. Thank you.
Good evening. On behalf of Tech High, it's my honor to recognize Tracy C. She is a parent and volunteer whose dedication and energy have made a lasting impact at Technology High School. Tracy wears many hats in our community. She is a volunteer assistant coach for girls and boys volleyball and girls soccer and softball. At every practice and game, she brings an incredibly positive energy, cheering students on, motivating them to push harder, and making every athlete feel seen and supported. She is truly their biggest fan. Tracy also works tirelessly behind the scenes. She has helped raise crucial funds for our athletics program and played a key role in getting our softball team off the ground this year by securing much needed equipment. Whether it's organizing, advocating, or just showing up with a smile and a camera, Tracy gives her time wholeheartedly. She's also a powerful advocate, never afraid to speak up for what she believes in, and her voice has helped bring about positive change. Through her photography and updates, she has kept our athletics visible and vibrant on social media, capturing moments that students and families will treasure for years. Tracy's commitment to our school is nothing short of inspiring. We are so lucky to have her as part of the Tech High community.
I was hired in CRPOSD. No one knew that my friends and family came along with me. However, since the beginning of my journey in CRPOSD, this amazing person next to me, Kim Anselmi, has always been there by my side. Even when I transitioned away from John Reed to be at Monte Vista and Evergreen, teachers would call her and ask her to chaperone field trips, and even though she was so humble, she would never tell me. The teachers would always call and let them know how she was still continuing to support John Reed. This year, when I returned as principal, Kim is on my campus nearly as much as I am. Sometimes I look in the parking lot as I'm leaving her car is still there. She still chaperones field trips. She manages our food pantry every other Friday. She supports every school event. She serves on my community schools advisory board and is one of our incredible Girls on the Run coaches. Every time she's on campus, you will find her sporting some John Reed spirit wear. She showed up today and wasn't wearing it. I nearly didn't even recognize her. Beyond our school, Kim serves as a community member for the Kiwanis and the CalRTA, always trying to find additional resources for us at John Reed. She is truly one of the most generous people I've ever known. I'm honored to call her not only the Volunteer of the Year for John Reed, but one of my best friends. There are not enough words to thank her. We love you.
I brought a team. I'm new, so thank you. So Monte Vista is thrilled to recognize Kim Olson as this year's Volunteer of the Year for our school. Kim is not just a volunteer, she takes care of all of our teachers and staff, not just by the tasks in the workroom, but also with her delicious treats. Although her children no longer are at Monte Vista, she continues to return every single Thursday to support our staff. She takes on projects big and small, laminating, copying, cutting, organizing, prepping, with skill, care, and a whole lot of heart.
This is what some of her Monte Vista family has had to say about her. One staff member shared, even though she doesn't have her kids at Monte Vista anymore, she continues to donate her time and her skills. There are not many people like that in the world, and she sets a great example as a parent. Kim will do anything for anyone, anytime. One teacher shared, she takes care of Monte Vista family each Thursday and handles the much needed teacher prep jobs with a smile. Her generosity doesn't stop with her time. She often arrives with a tin of homemade cookies or her famous crumb cake, reminding us all that care and community come in many forms. Thank you, Kim, for your time, your talents, your baked goods, and most of all, your heart. Monte Vista is better because of you.
Good evening. On behalf of the entire Hahn community, it is my great honor to introduce to you our Volunteer of the Year, Ashley Mora. I've only had the pleasure of being a part of the Hahn community for the last 7 months, but in that short time, I've come to realize just how truly special this place is. While our teachers pour their hearts into making every child feel welcomed, connected, heard, creating classrooms where students can learn their highest potential, there are also incredible individuals who are working behind the scenes. These are the people raising the funds, organizing events, and making sure every classroom is stocked and every child has access to unforgettable experiences like field trips, assemblies, and other fun events. These are our volunteers. But tonight I'm here to recognize one volunteer in particular who has gone above and beyond for our school community. Though she is new to our Hahn family, she has made an extraordinary impact in such a short time. This year alone, she has brought in over $25,000 in donations, raising from books and school supplies to popcorn and other essentials for school events. She led the incredible Holidays initiative, delivering Christmas trees, ornaments, and gifts to dozens of families in need. She launched a beautiful new tradition, the Ofrenda, at our Halloween carnival, connecting many students to their cultural traditions. And she played a major role in orchestrating one of the most memorable teacher appreciation weeks we've ever had. But what's even greater than all is that she's done it the way she does it, with heart, grace, and fun. So now it is time, with a proud, happy cheer, to name our Volunteer of the Year. It's Ashley Mora, who we're grateful for. Hahn shines much brighter because of her core. So thank you, dear Ashley, for all that you do. Our Panther smiles wouldn't sparkle the same without you.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of Technology Middle School, it's my honor to recognize someone who truly embodies the spirit of service, consistency, and care in our school community. Maria del Rosario Camacho, our Volunteer of the Year. For the past year, every single school morning, Rosario has stood at one of the busiest intersections near our school, serving as a volunteer crossing guard. Rain or shine, warm or cold, she's been there, greeting families with a smile, keeping students safe, and making sure that each day starts off with a sense of calm and care. Now, for those of us who've tried to step into Rosario's shoes, myself included, I can tell you, it's no easy task. I've been on crossing guard duty a number of times, and I'll admit, I get so caught up in chatting with kids and parents that I often forget to keep an eye out on the actual crossing. One minute, I'm talking to a familiar face, and the next, I'm like, wait, where'd that student come from? Somehow, Rosario manages to do it all, interacting with everyone while never missing a single moment of attention to safety. She's a pro at balancing it all, and I'm in awe of how she does it so seamlessly. Rosario, thank you for bringing your dedication, warmth, and constant vigilance to this role every single day. You've made such a difference for our students, parents, and staff, and we are so grateful for your commitment. We are proud to name you our Volunteer of the Year, and we congratulate you on this well-deserved recognition. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. All right, well, thank you for having us here tonight to celebrate these amazing energies who come to our school sites. So a school is built on the energy, enthusiasm, and dedication of its community. It starts with one spark, one person who shows up, who cares deeply, and who says yes. That spark grows into a ripple of energy that inspires others, and before you know it, one person becomes a team, and a team becomes a movement. This year, we are honored to recognize Emily Sanborn, a person who embodies this spirit in every way. When there's a need at UELF, she's there. No matter how big or small the task, whether it's pulling weeds in the gardens, building structures, scooping ice cream, setting up or breaking down tables and stage structures, walking the morning walk, or being present at every meeting, Emily Sanborn shows up every time. Emily doesn't just participate, she leads and shares ideas constantly. She's taken on lead roles with our garden committee and site council, and she's a powerhouse worker bee in our PTA. Her hands are in every single project. Her heart is in every effort, and her spirit lifts up everyone around her. She rallies volunteers, solicits donations, and most importantly, she makes it happen. But Emily is more than a volunteer. She's a cornerstone of our community. She's a shining example of what it means to give selflessly,
to build connections, and to show up not just for your own child, but for everyone's child. UALF is incredibly lucky to have her presence, her passion, and her positivity on campus. When I see her, I do have a little chant. I won't sing it all, but one line. Emily here, Emily there, Emily, Emily everywhere. So Emily, thank you for your time, your heart, and your unwavering support of our school. You are the Volunteer of the Year, and we are so grateful to have you at UALF. She helps me with everything.
Thank you, volunteers. Thank you, principals. Next up is recognition of the 2025 district retirees.
Is Mary here? Do I see Mary? No? Okay. I'll do a little bit of honoring Mary. Mary Hawkins Butler, she retired a little bit ago. She was a campus supervisor for 25 years on Rancho's campus. From patrolling in the parking lots to greeting guests at the gate of sporting events with a big smile, Mary has done it all. So her generosity and loyalty have gone unmatched. She never missed a graduation, a MECHA event, or a football game, gate shift. Rain or shine, she was there. Mary, we do miss your humor, your hugs, and your honesty, and thank you for everything that you've done for Rancho to keep our campus safe. Thanks, Mary. Next up, putting on my El Camino hat now, Denise Tranfalia, come on up. Okay. Good evening, everyone. It's an incredible honor to celebrate the retirement of a true legend in our district, Denise Tranfalia. I've had the honor of working with Denise this past year, and I'm so grateful for my time with her. For 27 years, Denise has poured her heart, soul, and boundless energy into Cotati-Rohnert Park Unified School District, leaving a lasting mark. From her early days at Rancho Cotati High School, teaching alongside Jim Pitt, we're in his auditorium, to her leadership at El Camino High School, Denise has always been more than an educator. She's been a champion for students and a lifeline for fellow teachers. She started the Rancho Peer Helping Program and Retreat, led the English department as chair, taught IB English and AVID, and somehow even managed to teach while earning her master's degree while expecting her daughter Simone. Denise hosted Jennifer Wolf's New Teacher Academy in her classroom and mentored more student teachers than we can count, many of whom are still serving on this campus today. Denise has always been the first to offer a listening ear, classroom strategies, and that crucial copy of a lesson plan to a struggling new teacher. Her generosity and leadership helped shape a community of educators. A proud breast cancer survivor and former RIPSIA president, Denise led with integrity through some of the toughest years, including through school closures and reopenings and the historic and emotional CRP-USD teacher strike in 2022. Whether advocating at the district level or working one-on-one with students at El Camino, her fierce commitment to equity and compassion has never wavered. Denise has always believed in seeing the whole student and doing what she can to make sure that all of her students have food, clothing, and a safe place to live, as well as an education. And let's not forget, she's a rebel in the best way. She's one of the first teachers at Rancho with visible ink. She has a Joan Jett spirit and an unshakable belief in student individuality and creativity. Denise, your voice, your vision, and your heart have made a huge difference. Our community is better because of you. We are so incredibly fortunate to have worked alongside you. Congratulations on a well-earned retirement. And you seemed like a...
Oh.
You seemed like a fern.
Linda joined Tech High in 2006, only to find a loosely organized set of math classes, which suffered from incohesive curriculum and a revolving door of instructors. She quickly and single-handedly righted the curriculum and forged those classes into a coordinated and effective math program. She has since stayed stalwart in her selfless commitment to student success. When I came on board in 2009, I quickly learned of the students' high regard and fierce protection of their beloved Miss D. The refrain, "You will not mess with Miss D," was the message sent to the newbies from the upperclassmen. Okay, mess is the PG version, but you get my drift. Linda's teaching is uncommonly exemplary. Her depth of knowledge, as well as her expertise in curricular planning, never ceases to impress me. I find myself telling students and staff alike, let me check with Miss D. She's my expert on this. Expert she is. Linda is always the voice of calm and reason on campus. She gives us a maternal sense of security and reassurance that everything will be okay. However, on the 2 occasions that I'm aware of, when Linda justifiably blew her top, not at me, the whole campus knew it and steered clear. No one wanted to be the one to upset Mom. Linda's tenure is as aspirational to the staff lucky enough to call her their colleague as it is inspirational to the students fortuitous enough to have gone through her classroom. She will always be my partner, and I now face the unenviable task of taking the energy of the Desital and Tori show forward. Although my first task will be to rebrand it as the Tori and Desital show. Linda, my dear, your absence will be ever felt as one of the Tech High OGs. If I may be so bold as to speak on behalf of Tech High as a whole, thank you. Thank you for your exceptional career with us, and from me to you, thank you for 15 great years. Here.
Oh, here's your plaque.
So, Mr. Freebairn joined the staff at Tech High back in... He started out as one of those teachers who's taught at 2 sites, Tech High and formerly Creekside. It wasn't long before he decided that he wanted to be full-time at Tech. We're glad to have him, despite the realization that we now had to behave because, well, Dad's here, which is really the vibe that Dave brings to Tech. He's our father figure, our wizened elder, exceptional in his teaching, setting high standards for his students, then providing support to help them succeed. He makes his students toe the line, and he holds them accountable for their failure to time manage and take care of business. Dave often stays late to grade, working on weekly planning, or just having some quiet time in his room. He's in there, classical music playing, working on that work-life balance. School stays at school, and home is a school-free zone. Of course, even when he's deep in grading, he's gracious enough to let me pop in for a visit. Or maybe he's just being polite and won't tell me to leave. Regardless, I'll randomly pop in, we'll be talking about something, and he'll dispense some Dave wisdom. I'll listen, then have that realization I probably need to start acting my age. But who wants to do that? Now that Dave's retiring, I ask myself, who's going to be that calming voice of reason for me? Tori? That'll end well. In the past, I've used the excuse, it wasn't me, I didn't do it, I was with Dave. Dave, I hope you're okay with me hiding behind your untarnished reputation. Sadly, with his departure, I'm going to have to get used to hearing the phrase, Dave's not here, man. When I wrote this, I was unsurprisingly unaware we'd be in this particular location. I was expecting to be at one of the local establishments celebrating Dave's retirement in a more casual venue. But whatever. While some of you know him as Mr. Freebairn, and many of you call him Signor Freebairn, I'd like to raise a pint of chocolate milk to the man I refer to as El Magnifico, and say cheers, friend. I'm sad to have to say so long. I hope you come back and visit. I understand if you don't. And please, enjoy this next stage. You've earned it. Thank you, bud.
Kathy, if you can come up. All right. It was great meeting you a few minutes ago. But I just wanted to start by saying that I get to benefit from the community and contributions that you provide for Monte Vista, and I just want to appreciate you. But we have some other things that people who've known you longer have shared.
Monte Vista is excited to celebrate the retirement of our paraprofessional extraordinaire, Kathy Einslin. She's worn many hats over the years, including working in our learning center, supporting with our lunch supervision, and overall being an incredible member of the team. Fun fact, when she was a noon supervisor, she was the nicest, and I would know because I was there. Yeah.
And so here are some kind words shared by the Monte Vista community. She came to work with a smile and kept it up all day. Her laugh was contagious. Kathy was a friend to all at Monte Vista. Students and staff agree she'll be truly missed. Miss Melanie shared, I worked with Kathy for 11 years, and she was always smiling and upbeat. She had an amazing connection with her students, and they all loved her. She thoroughly enjoyed working with you, and you were just a huge part of the Monte Vista family, and she'll be very missed.
Miss Michelle and Miss Marilyn said, congratulations, Kathy is one of the nicest people we know. We've worked together in the same class for 12 years. It was always fun, and we made a great team. No one has a sense of humor like her. I hope she enjoys retirement and spending time with her adorable grandsons.
And finally, we can't finish celebrating without a few words from your daughter-in-law, Mika. Mika shared that she never had the chance to work with you before, but she took the position at Monte Vista after you'd already left, yet your impact on the school community remains here with the students and staff of Monte Vista. She shared that you're the nicest, most agreeable, pleasant human being she's ever met, and she'd seen firsthand your compassion, charm, and welcoming nature. And she said, thankfully, I'll get to see her more often now during her retirement. So, congratulations and best wishes. You know we have to do both of you together.
They are a package pair.
It wouldn't have felt right. You were going to do it whether I asked or not. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues, today is a bittersweet moment. We get to celebrate the remarkable careers of two extraordinary educators who are known around Monte Vista as partners in crime, the godfathers of the upper grades, and the metaphor queens, Miss Katie Quintana and Miss Wendy Taylor. For 26 and 24 years, respectively, Katie and Wendy have been the heart and soul of Monte Vista Elementary. Their dedication, passion, and creativity have left a lasting mark on us all.
Throughout their tenure, these two peas in a pod have gone above and beyond shaping our school's culture. They didn't just teach, they created magic, and often musical magic. Who could forget the lively dances they've choreographed for our annual Spring Flings, or their unforgettable Beatles sing-along, and other plays they've brought to life? These two are more than just performers and performances. They've brought moments of joy, laughter, and unity to our entire community.
And beyond their artistic talents, they've created a classroom environment where every child feels valued, nurtured, and empowered to learn. Their classrooms were not just places of education, but safe havens where curiosity was sparked, dreams were encouraged, and friendships were formed. One current Monte Vista teacher shared that it's because of Miss Quintana, her daughter is a teacher now.
And it was Miss Taylor's talent show's hilarious hosting that allowed students to express a different side of themselves to the world.
Katie and Wendy, your legacy extends far beyond the lessons in the textbooks. You've taught us the power of compassion, the importance of creativity, and the beauty of making learning an adventure. Your impact will continue to resonate in the halls of Monte Vista Elementary for years to come. So, on behalf of the entire Monte Vista Elementary family, we thank you, Katie Quintana and Wendy Taylor, for your boundless enthusiasm, your unwavering commitment, and your profound influence. May your retirement be filled with joy, relaxation, and the knowledge that you've made a difference in countless lives, including mine. Congratulations on a well-deserved retirement.
Good evening. Can I have Miss Suki Winship please join me? So it is my honor to recognize and celebrate the incredible career of Miss Suki Winship, who is retiring after over 40 years in education and nearly 29 years in our district. This is your 29th. Throughout it all, Suki has appreciated how working in education has allowed her to continually learn, find joy and inspiration from students, and to never be bored. When she obtained her teaching credential, she was substituting in over 13 different districts. She worked as a 6th grade teacher in Strawberry School in Bennett Valley before she hopped over to us, fortunately, in 1996 when class size reductions happened, and she worked with her dear friend, Jessica Gillerin. She taught various grade levels at Thomas Page for about 26 years. In 2022, Suki moved to Evergreen, where we've been lucky to have her as our media teacher, where she brought creativity, curiosity, and a deep love for learning to everything that you've done. But her impact goes far beyond the classroom. Suki is a true champion for the environment. She has led the charge for recycling, composting, and school gardens, modeling sustainability in action. At Evergreen, she launched our composting program, and while we're still definitely a work in progress, and while she has the foundation that she's laid will carry us through, and hopefully we'll get much better. A few career highlights include creating the garden at Thomas Page as part of a year-long permaculture course that she took in 2012, directing many musicals, raising steelhead in the classroom, countless restoration projects with straw, which is students and teachers restoring a watershed, and Sonoma County Relief. As she heads into retirement, Suki looks forward to continuing lifelong learning, which includes habitat gardening, singing, yoga, art, classes, political activism, and more. She's taking a trip to Spain and France this year with her 19-year-old daughter. And on the very top of her list of future experiences are snorkeling in warm waters, kayaking, bird watching, in South America. I'm very jealous. She is definitely excited about the next chapter in her life. Suki, thank you for the joy and the care and the impact that you have had on our community. We'll miss you, and we know your next chapter is going to be full of adventure. Our next retiree here at Evergreen is Miss Debbie Imhoff. So it is my absolute honor to recognize and celebrate the retirement of one of our most dedicated and compassionate educators, Miss Debbie Imhoff, who has served in our district for the past 14 years in special education as an ed specialist. What many may not know is that teaching for Debbie is actually her second career. Before teaching, Debbie actually worked in the Pentagon. She then moved to California, and she became an escrow officer in San Francisco, and finally changed careers, where we were fortunate to have her at Evergreen after earning both her multiple subject and single subject and a master's degree in curriculum and instruction. So Evergreen became her first full-time teaching home, and what a home it has been. For 14 years, she has been a champion for students, a rock for families, and a trusted teammate for colleagues. Students describe her as kind, supportive, helpful, and fun. Debbie is empathetic, intelligent, meticulous, and endlessly reliable. She truly embodies what it means to serve with both heart and excellence. Outside of school, Debbie has a rich, filled life with creativity and passion. She's a devoted mother of 2, wife, and a cat lover. Currently mom to 6 majestic Maine Coons, and she might not be done yet when it comes to her cats. She enjoys collecting antique children's books, traveling, reading, writing, being in nature, and above all, spending time with her family. And she's already written 2 books and says that she might become a full-time writer in her 3rd or even 4th career now. You have to come back and help us, though. You've promised. So, Debbie, thank you for everything you've given our students, our staff, and our community. You leave behind a legacy of love, care, and excellence, and we wish you the very best in the next chapter of your life.
It is my great honor to congratulate Julie Wade on 13 years, or 12 years at Hahn Elementary School. When I asked some people to write something about her, I got a really funny thing from Miss Colleen Dunaway that I'm going to read on her behalf. To whom it may concern, and anyone else lucky enough to read this, it is my absolute pleasure and mild heartbreak to write this letter of recommendation for Julie Wade, who is hanging up her whistle, rolling up the gym mats, and heading into a much-deserved retirement after a legendary career in physical education. Let me start by saying this. If Olympic medals were awarded for inspiring students, dodging flying dodgeballs, and keeping a straight face while explaining the rules of Steal the Bacon for the 437th time, Julie Wade would have more gold than Michael Phelps. Over the years, she has transformed the PE room into more than just a place for push-ups and laps. It's become a sanctuary of sweaty joy, life lessons, and occasional impromptu dance-off. Her unique blend of humor, discipline, and boundless energy keeps students moving, laughing, and actually enjoying exercise, a feat once thought impossible by kids everywhere. Colleagues will tell you that Julie Wade was the heartbeat of the school, always the first to volunteer for field day, the last to leave after cleaning up the chaos, and the only one who could make a rainy day indoor gym class seem like a highlight of the week. I've personally seen her turn a foam noodle and a hula hoop into an Olympic caliber obstacle course. Innovation was never in short supply with Julie Wade around. But beyond the jokes and the jump ropes, what truly sets Julie Wade apart is her genuine care for students. Whether coaching a struggling athlete toward their first win or cheering on the sidelines for kids just trying their best, she has brought out the best in everyone with warmth, humor, and just the right amount of tough love. She brought Girls on the Run to Marguerite Hahn Elementary School, and this has brought another level of fun to our campus. Retirement may mean Julie Wade won't be leading stretches or refereeing heated games of kickball anymore, but her legacy will live on in every student who learned to believe in themselves. If you ever need a team player, a motivator, or someone who can wrangle up a group of 4th graders with nothing but a whistle and sheer willpower, well, unfortunately, they're retired. But what a loss for us and a well-earned break for her. As I wrap up my letter of recommendation for Julie Wade, I wanted to make it 100% clear to her that what she is signing up for in retirement. I would hate for her to choose to retire if she were indeed not prepared to accept the following: leisurely mornings, extra cups of coffee, mid-morning gym classes, morning light in the kitchen, watching Good Morning America, lunch dates, answering a question such as, what should we do today? With, I'm not really sure, should we just sit around? Watching grandkids at school events. With all due admiration, a little envy, Colleen Dunaway, 2nd grade teacher, colleague, jealous friend, and neighbor. And Julie, I just want to thank you for being a guiding light and a role model to all of our students, because you know them all.
on behalf of Technology Middle School, I'd like to invite Ryoko Holland to come join us. Good evening, everyone. It's an honor to stand here tonight to celebrate someone who's been a quiet force of dedication and care in our school community for 21 years, Ryoko. Throughout her time with the district, Ryoko has been a steady and essential part of our food service team. She's the kind of person who shows up each day ready to work, support her team, and ensure that our students are well cared for, often without recognition, but always with heart. Over the years, Ryoko also contributed to several district-wide events that brought students and staff together in meaningful ways. For many years, she supported the Expeditionary Learning Program's annual pasta feed at Lawrence Jones Middle School, playing a key role behind the scenes to make that event a success. She also took part in the Future Chefs Challenge, encouraging student creativity and a positive relationship with healthy food. And perhaps most importantly, Ryoko has been the right-hand person to our incredible food service lead, Yukari. Together, they formed a dependable and hardworking team, keeping things running smoothly through every busy lunch period, every unexpected challenge, and every change that came their way. Ryoko, your warmth, reliability, and commitment have left a lasting mark on this school and district. You've nourished students not just with meals, but with care, consistency, and kindness. Your presence will be deeply missed. On behalf of the entire school community, thank you for your service, and we wish you a joyful, restful, and well-deserved retirement. Thank you, Ryoko. Next, I'd like to invite Ekaterini Grant to come join us. Tonight, I have the distinct pleasure of recognizing someone whose work has changed lives in quiet, powerful ways, Ekaterini, our dedicated English language development assistant. In her role, Ekaterini has worked directly with our multilingual learners, students who are not only adjusting to the demands of middle school, but also while learning an entirely new language. In the classroom, she's been a constant source of support, encouragement, and expertise. Whether she was helping students navigate academic texts, build vocabulary, or gain the confidence to participate in class discussions, she did it all with patience, purpose, and deep care. But Ekaterini's impact goes far beyond just supporting day-to-day learning. Her real area of expertise, what many of us will remember her for, is helping students reach that critical milestone, earning a level 4 on the LPAC and being reclassified as Fluent English Proficient, or RFEP. If you've worked with English learners, you know that reclassification is not just a number or a checkbox. It represents years of effort, growth, and perseverance. Ekaterini walked alongside so many students on that journey, and her support helped turn that goal into reality for countless learners. She's also been an invaluable partner to our ELD teachers, collaborating, planning, and adapting instruction to meet students where they are and to help them succeed. Ekaterini, your legacy is written in the success stories of the students you've supported. You've helped them find their voice in English and in the classroom, and we are so grateful for the time, heart, and skill you've shared with this community. On behalf of all of us, thank you, and we wish you a fulfilling and joyful retirement.
Cheryl Tucker. Susie King, our recently retired food service coordinator, had these kind words to say about Cheryl. Cheryl started her career at Katahdin Park Unified School District in 2004 as a cafeteria assistant at John Reed Elementary. As food service grew to include vending meals to other school districts, another transport driver was needed. Cheryl took that job and delivered meals to districts in Santa Rosa and Petaluma. Most recently, Cheryl has been the transport driver for all the meals in CRPUSD. She's been a willing employee, doing whatever has been asked of her, whether that be taking commodity foods from the warehouse to production kitchens, to distributing expanded learning supplies to elementary campuses. As our service has grown, Cheryl has accommodated that growth, adjusting her schedule to meet the needs of food service to ensure that students have everything they need for their meals. Cheryl has been a very important part of the food service team. In addition to that position, Cheryl's been delivering the inter-district mail for the district since 2011. Everyone says that Cheryl has always been super friendly and reliable. Her retirement will leave a huge hole in the district, but she deserves to take time to be with family and enjoy doing things for herself. She will be missed. Congratulations.
So just so you know, next we're going to recognize our student board members, and then we'll take a short break for pictures and a transition time before going on to the next agenda. So may I have Ariel Wolfmain to the podium.
Hello. Good evening, everybody. Tonight, I have the honor of recognizing a student who has made a mark not only on our school, but on me personally. I've had the privilege of working with Sam for the past 3 years. I first met him as a 9th grader in my English class, which was also my first year at Technology High School. When I think of Sam, I recall those early days at Tech High when he was finding his footing and figuring out his own role within his new community. Though he was navigating the start of high school and his place in it, it was clear that he had a spark, a sense of purpose, and an authentic interest in connecting with others. This told me instantly that he was someone to keep an eye on. Over the years, Sam has turned that spark into a steady, brilliant light. He is one of the most thoughtful, effective, and authentic leaders that I have ever worked with. Sam is incredibly genuine. Sam is his genuine self in everything he does, making him an instant friend to everyone on campus. He has a wonderful sense of humor and never takes life too seriously. He often laughs things off, making the best out of every single situation and inspiring others to do the same. He also has perhaps the most distinguishable laugh that I have ever heard. In fact, there are many times when I'm talking to a teacher in the quad and we hear a student laughing from across campus, look at each other and say, Sam. His laugh and his sense of humor are contagious, and this energy makes our campus a better place to be. He is so full of life, vibrancy, and joy, and he makes everyone feel included, welcome, and as if they are always in on the joke. When you get to know Sam, you see this energy, approachability, and concern for others is not just in group settings, but also on a one-on-one level, demonstrating that his wonderful character is absolutely genuine. Don't ever lose that, Sam. That's what makes you you. As our ASB Public Relations Officer this year, he's gone above and beyond every single week, producing engaging and inclusive videos, managing our school Instagram, and delivering polished and detailed reports to the board. His work has had a huge impact on our school culture, and while I cannot speak highly enough about his communication skills, it's really his ability to listen, really truly listen, that sets him apart. He makes everyone around him feel seen and heard, leads with empathy and heart, and we are lucky to have him. When I asked my current seniors, many of them sitting right there, for revisions and feedback on this speech, so many of them expressed that they feel the future of Tech High is safe in Sam's hands. Though he is moving on from his role as Public Relations Officer, Sam will now step into his new job as our ASB President. His campaign was filled with positivity, vision, and integrity, and we all believe that he will move forward with the same excellence and generosity that he's brought to everything else he's done. Sam, I want to thank you for everything that you've done and all that you are. I've learned so much from you over the past 3 years. You are someone we can laugh with and someone who makes the hard days better. You make me a better teacher, a better leader, and a better human. You are the kind of person who makes an immense difference in the world around you, and I know that you're just getting started. Thank you.
Okay, next up is Jessica Holman. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Jessica Holman, and I'm the Student Government Advisor at Rancho Cotati High School. I'm here tonight to recognize Haley Tran as Rancho Cotati School Board Representative. Genuine and dedicated are the first 2 words that come to mind when describing Haley. In academic and elective courses, she is a student who strives to be the best. Eager to learn, achieve, and continuously better herself, Haley is constantly busy, yet able to keep afloat in all areas. Most students will let one thing slip while focusing on others. She has maintained grades, perspective, and sanity, while collectively serving Rancho Cotati as student school board representative, Spirit and Rally Commissioner last year, sophomore class representative, and on freshman class council previously, all while taking college preparatory academic and elective courses for 4 years. When serving as school board representative, Haley Tran demonstrated a strong work ethic, maintaining the board calendar and meeting the expectations of the board and superintendent. Haley easily slipped into the role, creating board reports highlighting Rancho Cotati's student achievement and culture. Haley is friendly and always has the student body's best interest in mind. She is detail-oriented, willing to help others, and incredibly spirited. As Spirit and Rally Commissioner, she helped produce 4 memorable rallies and several Spirit Days throughout the year. She is well regarded by her peers, teachers, and coaches alike, especially in volleyball and lacrosse, and flag football, where she played on the inaugural team. Being so well-rounded will truly allow Haley to make a positive impression in the fall at UCLA as a physiological sciences major. She has already completed an internship with Kaiser Permanente and a medical assistant license, so she's well on her way. Haley, thank you for your service to Rancho Cotati and the entire Cougar community. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Haley, and thank you, Sam, for your service on the board. It's inspirational to see young people do so awesome. Retirees, thank you for what you've done over the years. Thank you for making it happen. You're appreciated. Volunteers, thank you. You've added so much to what the school does, the district does. Together, all of you have brought excellence to Cotati Roanoke Park Union School District, and we are very, very thankful for what you've done. Please join me in giving them another round of applause as we celebrate them. And let's take a few minutes for pictures and fun stuff.
Maybe we could have
We are going to get started and move down to our next agenda item. Y'all are welcome to stay and join us.
Sure, come on. They're like, nope, we're out.
Sorry.
Okay, so 7A, student board member reports. Let's start with Haley.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Haley Tran, and I'm Rancho Cotati's school board representative. Starting off with student culture, on May 1st, Rancho held its 4th blood drive of the year. The results were 18 scheduled donors, 22 registered donors, 14 procedures, which included 9 first-timers and 7 deferrals. We collected 9 whole bloods, 3 RBCs, and 1 RBC plasma, as well as 23 life-saving units were collected, which is 4 units over our goal. Rancho is the leading blood donor high school in the 4 North Bay counties. The results for the 2025-2026 class council elections have come in. Congratulations to our senior class council, President Addison Clark, Vice President Amira Bitey, Secretary Bea Lopez, Treasurer Isabella Scardina, and Representative Amara Borner. Congratulations to our junior class council, President Isabella Leahy, Vice President Olivia Golf, Secretary Evelyn Cecile, Treasurer Richard, I don't know how to say his last name, and then Representative Chloe Beck. We are still waiting for the sophomore and freshman elections. This year, prom was held at the Villa Chanticleer in Healdsburg on April 26th, same as Tex. There were 3 rooms. The middle room was the bar where students were able to get refreshments and snacks, and the left room was filled with seating areas, games, and the photo booth for students to hang out. The right room was a dance room, and students had a blast even though it was raining. The junior class produced a memorable event. This month is usually the month that students dread. As AP tests start coming up, students tend to get overwhelmed. So Rancho held several AP study sessions for students to practice one-on-one MCQs and FRQs with their teacher. This was a great way for students to get ready for their tests. On May 2nd, the Management and Events 1 class held their spring carnival of the year. Prizes and games ranged from 50 cents to $5, and the prizes were toys and candy. All proceeds went to the Sonoma County Wildlife Rescue. May 10th was the Gym Jam for the CRP USD music programs. This event included middle school and high school winter guards and winter drumlines. Lawrence Jones, Tech Middle, and Tech High, and Rancho Cotati High School music programs performed and collaborated with each other. This was an uplifting event that celebrated within our district. We appreciate all of the involvement with this annual event. Also, Rancho's marching band and CRP USD Color Guard took their first place at the Rose Parade this Saturday. They received a trophy for the best overall high school band. Congratulations to the RCHS marching band and the CRP USD Color Guard students. For the first time, instead of the talent show, we combined with the advanced theater class and did a variety show. The variety show was a free event with donations welcome. During the variety show, we had many different acts. There were a variety of different songs from Tangled, Hamilton, and many more. There were also acting monologues from Monsters, Inc., Aladdin, and Little Woman. Plus, there were 2 talented roller skaters who showed their roller skating skills on stage. It was a successful event with great student participation. On April 21st, ASB traveled to LA for the Disneyland Leadership Training. Disneyland Imagination Campus Training was held from April 22nd through the 23rd. Students learned about leaving their legacy behind and how to be their true, authentic self through leadership styles. It was a great experience with some Disney magic. Now on to recognition/appreciations. Congratulations to Nina Boblet. Nina launched a 39.9, leading her to take the first in NBLs and move on to Redwood. She is one step closer to state with every throw. Congratulations, Nina. We wish you the best of luck for the rest of the season. Congratulations to this year's prom royalties, Sophie Vella and Max Winchell. They are both well-deserving seniors. Congratulations to our staff spotlight, Mr. Wortman. We appreciate everything you do for the Rancho community. Congratulations to our student athletes, Sam Nelson, Junior Garcia, Camden Hennington, Jessica Wilms, and Izzy Scardina. Congratulations to our talented students, Jude Watson, James Brinkley, and Severin Reed. Teacher Appreciation Week was from May 5th through May 9th. There were donuts and coffee breakfasts for teachers Monday morning, as well as flowers and more food throughout the week. Some upcoming events. The canned food drive is this week. We cannot donate glass bottles, water, dog food, or ramen. $1 is equal to 3 pounds of food, and our goal is to get to 2,000 pounds of food to donate to Neighbors Organize Against Hunger. Now, some senior updates. Senior Week is from June 2nd through June 4th, providing seniors with 3 full days of activities and events to finish off senior year. On June 2nd, it is Taking Care of Business Day, Senior Breakfast, and Rebounders Night. June 3rd, it's day 1 of grad walks at the elementary schools and the senior picnic. On the 4th, it's the second day of grad walks in the elementary schools and the senior sunset. And June 5th, there will be a mandatory graduation practice for seniors to rehearse walking lines, pronunciation of names, and later in the evening, graduation ceremony for the class of 2025 at Daggett Field. An informational sideshow has been shared to the RCHS 2025 account on Instagram and has been sent out to families and seniors to ensure the ceremony runs smoothly. The seniors' final hooray is at Project Grad, where they can play games, win prizes, and spend one last memorable night with the class. Congratulations to the class of 2025. The end of quarter 4 ends on June 5th, and summer break is less than 1 month. And last but not least, I would like to introduce next year's school board representative, Olivia Fountain. She's currently an entertainment commissioner who will be going on to her senior year. She's a passionate, kind, and driven student who I know will fulfill her duties as school board representative. Congratulations, Olivia. Thank you.
Thank you, Haley. Next up, Sam.
All right. Good evening, everybody. I'm Sam O'Halloran, the THS Public Relations Officer, also Student Board Representative, and I'm excited to share my final board report for the months of April and May at Technology High School. To begin, last week, Tech High held our final Spirit Week. This was, of course, planned by ASB, the new Spirit Commissioner, Willow Mullen, and worked with the new Spirit Commissioner, Willow Mullen, worked with Matt Ortiz to plan the Spirit Week. The days were as follows. Monday started with Acknowledge College, where students, freshmen to senior, were able to represent colleges they may aspire to go to or plan on attending, and we saw a lot of participation there. The second day was Dress Your Grade, so freshmen dressed as babies, sophomores dressed as teenagers, juniors as corporate adults, and seniors as senior citizens. On the third day, we held Career Day, so students dressed up in careers that they aspire to be or potentially do later down the road. On Thursday, my personal favorite day was Sun Sizzle Day, where students were encouraged to wear some, not swimwear, but summer wear, and we held a fun little barbecue. I think he's still here. No, he's not. But Mr. Weaver, who gave the chocolate milk speech, hosted a fun little hot dog cookout with some chips, and a lot of students really enjoyed that. On Friday, which was definitely, I'd say, the student body's favorite day, was Swim Day. Students wore swim gear, and as you can see, Willow Mullen hosted an outdoor rally where the future grade representatives and cabinet were able to go up on stage, and students paid to water balloon them. You can see some teacher participation, student participation. It was a really great time, and a good little fundraiser for ASB. Of course, as Haley had mentioned, AP and finals are really coming down to this past month. Students have now finished all the AP tests, so congratulations to them. Some felt well prepared and are excited to finish finals and eventually the school year. Some are feeling some burnout and are looking forward to the 4-day weekend. And regardless to say, I think that the students are excited for summer break. Congratulations to everybody for finishing their AP tests, and good luck as we move into finals week. As I represented last month, we are testing a new idea. ASB is testing a new idea with selling flower grams, and they were actually a really big success. Students really enjoyed receiving these gifts in the middle of class, and we brought it back for our second round, both this and next week. As a reminder, these flower bouquets are handmade and sold in different tiers, so there's a small, medium, and large, and some options for adding notes or chocolates to those packages that we deliver to students. It's a fun little fundraiser, and students really found spirit in doing it. As for some updates on the course offerings at Tech High, you can see this list here. Returning courses for next year, we will be we'll be having AP Computer Science Principles and AP Computer Science A. AP Chemistry will be returning, as well as Engineering Design and Development. That last class is the capstone engineering course for the PLTW program at Tech High. It's a big deal, and it's a really exciting class for seniors and sometimes juniors to participate in as they create a really big engineering project that they can apply in the real world. As for some new courses, we have Music Ensemble coming to the school, American Ethnic Studies, which will be a semester-long course, and in that following second semester will be fulfilled by Freshman Essentials, Agri-Science, which is an alternative class to Design and Development, Music Production 2, Band 2, and a change to Engineering and Physics for freshmen. As far as some things that are happening near the end of the school year, ASB is testing new waters with a Rebounders Jump and Donate. This will be held on Thursday, May 22nd, and we're looking forward to having a lot of students come to Rebounders, jump on the trampolines, feel a little bit of nostalgia, but also potentially host a big dodgeball game for Tech High students. In addition, Yearbook is also having a Chipotle fundraiser, and if you were to ask any of the students in the audience, I think it's fair to say that Chipotle is probably the #1 place for lunch. Where I'm personally, I will be contributing to this Dine and Donate, and I think that students will too. As for some other things happening on campus, we had a Wellness Week. Wellness Week this past semester consisted of the following. On Monday, Games on the Green. ASB set out some lawn games and activities for students to students to go on the green and hang out with one another and play some games. Bubble Break. Bubble Break is basically, we give out bubbles to students on campus. It's surprisingly popular. On Wednesday, we focused on teacher wellness. So ASB had a bagel brunch for teachers in the staff lounge, and we also had a rolling teacher support cart, which had stuff like snacks, drinks, and materials they could use in their classroom. And we also had custom gifts for each of the teachers and faculty on campus. On Thursday, Bracelet Your Stress Go, which was a day for students to make friendship bracelets with one another. And on Friday, Lemonade Your Worries, and we had lemonade out for students. THS Drama hosted a murder mystery performance. They've done this every year I've been at Tech High, and it's a really fun night because you go to the theater, or you go to the MU, and you get to participate in the show. So it's like an improv show where actors and actresses interact with the students, families, and staff, and you get to solve the murder mystery. And finally, freshmen in the PLTW Principles of Engineering class had their capstone project, which is trebuchets. The trebuchet project is really fun because you get to aim at targets, and it's a little bit of a competition, but it's also a really fun application of all the different skills you learn previous to the project. Seniors just this past weekend were able to spend a grad night at Disneyland. Seniors got to Tech High at 10 p.m. and took 2 different buses to Disneyland, spent almost 16 hours there, and came back the following morning, or they came back on Monday. They were very tired, but from what I've heard, they've made really great memories and are excited to push through the last few weeks of school here. As for a sports update, all of the spring sports have come to an end, and congratulations to Evan Sanderson, Josie Hill, Dominic DeWald, Dillian Lopez, Lucas Y, and the boys volleyball team for all participating or going to participate in North Coast Sectionals this year. As for Titan Times, their final edition will be coming out, is projected to come out at the end of next week, and it's really exciting because they've actually announced that they'll be having it in a magazine format, and so it'll be fun to experiment with that design change, and we'll see how students enjoy it. And that's the end of my final presentation. I just really wanted to say thank you. I really loved serving as the student board representative. I think that I'll be able to reflect on this later down the road as a student and person who learns throughout my life, and I'm really grateful to have this opportunity. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Sam. Next up, trustee reports on activities.
I have to follow Sam.
Yes.
That's rough.
Actually, anything following the
I know.
recognitions is like anticlimactic.
It's rough. Okay, so I was at the Ed Foundation Teachers Awards at Sally Tomatoes, which a couple folks, and it was really, I really enjoyed watching folks being recognized there. And the hors d'oeuvres were wonderful. And then we had a study session a couple weeks ago with LCAP, which was very informative. I'm glad we held that. I learned a lot. And let's see, what else did we do? Oh, and I was at the LAMP Labor and Management Partnership. Thank you. I'm finally, after a year, I'm getting to know what that acronym means. And I think that's it for me. Thank you.
Okay. Trustee Wing?
No, other than going to the study session, which was really great, and learning kind of where our students are and where we have room for improvement. Yeah, and that's it.
Okay, yeah, I kind of feel like early part of May is the calm before the storm. I was at the study session too, and it was enlightening to go through that data. And then I was at the facility maintenance meeting yesterday. Dr. Ituri.
Hi, everybody. So we had a reclassification ceremony, and I think it was upwards of 150 students, somewhere around that number. I'm not sure if that's exactly right, but we had to move from the TAG theater to the TAG gym, so that was a significant move we have just an increase in number, which is amazing. We continue to bargain with our labor partners, with RIPSIA. We'll be working with SEIU and CSCA here in the next couple of weeks. Our Student Senate held their last meeting, and we will continue with our Student Senate next year. We're excited to continue to work with them. They are providing us with great insight into the day-to-day lives of what's going on our school campuses, and they've got great suggestions, so I'm excited to continue with them. We also participated in the ELCO WASC review, and we got great marks, and I believe the report was just published. I'm continuing to go to school sites and park myself in the staff room and hear from staff, and I'm hearing great things, so we're moving in a good direction. It's exciting to hear. Again, I was at the special board meeting with the data. We do have some work to do, so it was good to kind of get that reality check of where we are. Also at the Ed Foundation, we honored two teachers, Jim Gregoretti and Austin Brooks, as the 21st Century Teachers of the Year. And the Ed Foundation gave us $65,000 in grants. So that's amazing. They fund the things that we can't fund as a school district, and I'm so grateful to their hard work and their dedication. And they always put on such a beautiful event for all of us. Last week, I think it was last week, Friday, we delivered strawberries and pan dulce. Strawberries came from Watma in Sonoma Valley, and the pastries from La Reina here in Roanoke Park, and that was delivered to all the staff on behalf of the board and the district office for their hard work and recognition of, we put everybody together into one celebratory day, and for our certificated, classified, and administrators. So we hope that people enjoyed them. And then we recently had a facilities meeting where we're starting to look at the things that need to be accomplished in our district to improve our current facilities and potentially start to grow them. So that's my report. Thank you all.
Thank you. And there are no reports from our labor partners, so we will go down to agenda item 7G, receipt of official correspondence.
Number one is the approval letter from Sonoma County Office of Education for our second interim report, and it was approved.
That's good.
And the second is the letter with the WASC accreditation. It was a 6-year accreditation with a 3-year review. So Tech High did a great job.
Yep.
All right.
You can clap, it's
Yeah.
fine. It was a lot of work.
Okay, next is our consent agenda. Any conversation, questions about items 8A through, it's a long one, 8AM. Okay, may I have a motion to approve item 8A through 8AM?
I'll make a motion.
In a second,
I second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0 with 2 absences. Okay, next up, 10A, Personnel Services, 2025-26 Declaration of Need for Fully Qualified Educators. Jen Hansen.
Good evening, everyone. Lovely to see you all. Yes, so this item, the Declaration of Need for Fully Qualified Educators, we bring this every year in May, and this is a document that we send to the California Teaching Commission, and it's basically just outlining any potential emergency credentials or permits that we're expecting that we will need potentially for the following school year. So I always kind of overstate it a little bit just in case. It's better to have too many spots than not enough. So yeah, and once this is approved, we will send it off to them tomorrow.
Okay. Any questions? May I have a motion to approve 2025-26 Declaration of Need for Fully Qualified Educators?
I move.
And a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0 with 2 absences. Next up, approval of classified management salary schedule revision.
So this is the item we're bringing back this time. It has been corrected. We have the master's stipend listed on the bottom. And this is to add the Student Services Specialist 2 position to classified management. It is also on certificated management, depending on the candidate that we hire and what credentialing they have.
Any questions? Okay, may I have a motion to approve classified management salary schedule revision?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 3-0 with 2 absences. Ratification of the 2025-26 UELF MOU.
Yeah, so this is a memorandum of understanding we wrote in collaboration with RIPSIA for University Elementary. And basically what it covers is class sizes and overages because they're multi-age, which means in their upper grades, they will have 3 4th and 5th grade classes that aren't considered combo classes, they're considered multi-age. So this MOU just kind of outlines the working conditions surrounding that.
Okay, any questions on this?
Jen, what's the difference between a multi-age class and a combo class? Like,
That's
what
a
makes
really
one
good
more-
question. And I might have my day answer that.
Well, in this case, there's a stronger collaboration between the teachers, and they may regroup. So a 4-5 combination, you're a teacher on your own. And this is having 3 classes that are all having 4-5. So they can regroup, they can move the students around based on their need, versus your one-off. They could have done it where they had a 4th grade class, a combo class, and then 2 5th grade classes on their own, and it would not have been. This way, they are able to use their time a little more effectively than having just a single strand who's a teacher's just kind of on his own.
Do they still have a primary teacher?
Yes, they still have a primary homeroom, but it just allows them with more flexible grouping.
It allows it allows the teachers to work together in grade level partners. And it also, what I believe happens is they loop with their kids. So kind of like the Montessori way, so if they have the teacher for 4th grade, in theory, they would have them for 5th grade as well. So same teacher for 2 years. And I believe we're doing it in 2nd and 3rd grade as well at university.
There are not enough, they wouldn't have a grade level group if they didn't do it this way, because of the size of the school. So it took some creativity on the part of the principal and the staff to come up with some ways that they continue with that collaboration.
And then will they do, like, next year, like, these 4th and 5th graders are together, will do the same science lesson, and then the following year it would be the difference, like they flip-flop what they do for some of the language arts and sciences?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
sure that they're working on their curriculum plan. And then there will be some adjustments next year. It won't look exactly the same because those 5th graders will move on, and then we'll have the 3rd graders rising. So there may be a different configuration, but I think the goal is to always find the best configuration to maintain that collaboration and then maintain that flexibility for students.
It works really well for the project-based learning model that they
That's what I
have
was
at their school too, so. But Christina Lundy is the expert on it, so.
Any other questions? Okay. May I have a motion to approve the ratification of the 2025-2026 UELF MOU?
I'll make, you go ahead.
I'll move.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries 3-0 with 2 absences. Approval of the SEIU calendars for Student Support Advisor.
So this is the position that we approved at our April meeting for a new position, Student Support Advisor. They will be at all of our elementary and middle schools, and they will be supported by the Student Services Specialist 2 as the administrator, as also the site principal as well. So the difference, the reason why we're bringing a separate calendar for them is because they are going to have additional work days. So all of our SEIU staff are 181 work days, so all the student days plus 1 day before school starts. This position, we felt requires a lot of extra training, and working with Laura Moyman and Restorative Resources, just, you know, they are gonna need a lot of background and professional development before they start this position. So they are going to be 189 work days, which is why they need a separate calendar within the SEIU calendars.
Okay, questions? May I have a motion to approve the SEIU calendars for Student Support Advisor?
I move.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries 3-0 with 2 absences. Approval of job description for elementary visual and performing arts teacher.
Yes, so we are very excited about the Prop 28 funding that we continue to receive from the state, and our principals and school staff members are working collaboratively to come up with, you know, ways we can use that money to enhance the visual and performing arts at our schools. So at several of our schools, we are going to have 2 staff members that will be split across 5 of our elementary sites, and they will be working as elementary visual and performing arts teachers. These both will be doing more of visual arts, but the job description allows for, you know, if it was more of an elementary person that had a multiple subject credential that wanted to do music, for example. So as this funding grows, we're realizing we need accurate job descriptions.
Sorry,
to
Jen,
reflect.
can you hold on one
Yeah,
second? We are
sorry.
not listening to you. Sorry, it has
No, I
nothing to
can
do with
start
you.
over.
Sorry.
I was lost, and she's helping me here.
Right here.
Oh, okay,
And
we
then
have to
we're
press this, we skipped over all, okay.
No, this was all consent agenda. Okay. we're
Thank
with
you,
now.
Jen. I was
No,
lost.
it's
I
all
wanted to keep
good,
up.
all good.
Okay,
I'll
sorry.
just rewind. I'll start
Sorry.
over. So yes, so with Prop 28 funding that we're receiving from the state this year, our principals and school sites are working really collaboratively on ways to use that funding, and they can kind of choose what they're looking for. You know, do we want a music teacher? Do we want to use this for visual arts, for performing arts, for drama? You know, the sky's kind of the limit. So we have 5 of our school sites next year will be sharing 2 full-time, 2 teachers. One is full-time and one is a .8 FTE. And they're both going to be doing visual arts type activities and curriculum with the students. So as this funding grows, we're seeing the need that we need to write job descriptions to match what we are asking these teachers to do.
Okay, questions? Okay, may I have a motion to approve job description for elementary visual and performing arts teacher?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries 3-0 with 2 absences. Approval of job description revision for arts teacher and on special assignment, TOSA. I like that acronym.
Yes, we love TOSA. So we currently have 2 of our music teachers in this role, Dustin Friel and Jenna Eggering, and this is just literally just changing the title of the job description. When we wrote the one that you just approved, we needed to make this one be titled differently just to fully encapture what they're doing. So it's going to be VAPA TOSA, the Visual and Performing Arts TOSA, instead of just arts teacher, because it's more than just arts.
Question? Okay. May I have a motion to approve job description revision for arts teacher on special assignment?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0 with 2 absences.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Jen.
Item 11A, public hearing on proposal for Toddy Roanoke Park Union School District photovoltaic project. So, we will now move to item 11A, which is a public hearing regarding the CRP USD Solar Photovoltaic Project. The purpose of this hearing is to solicit and receive public comments concerning the proposal for the solar photovoltaic project. This project is part of our district's ongoing efforts to improve energy efficiency and sustainability across our facilities. At this time, we invite any member of the public who wish to speak or provide input regarding this proposal to come forward, or in this case, at the podium in the back. Please state your name for the record and before making your comments, each speaker will have 3 minutes to address the board. We value your feedback and look forward to hearing your thoughts on this important matter.
Don't all rush. Plenty of time.
Anybody like to make a comment?
All right.
Okay, I will now close the public hearing on item 11A. And then we'll move to item 11B, approval of resolution 2025-39, making findings on energy savings. And I believe this is you, Mr. Bartolome.
So these next two items are around the recently negotiated contract with BP Solar to design and build our solar project for the district.
Okay. Do we have any questions? Okay, may I have a motion to approve Resolution 2025-39, making findings on energy savings?
I move.
Second?
I'll second.
Roll call?
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Wing?
Yes.
Trustee Martin?
Aye. Okay, 11C, approval of solar power purchase agreement.
This is the actual contract that we came to an agreement with BP Solar, right? Yeah. Yeah, just to remind you that this is a purchase power agreement. We aren't going to own the system, but we're going to be buying power from the builder of the arrays. So at a lower cost, which is why this makes sense for us.
Yes, I look forward to saving money on that.
Mm-hmm.
Questions?
Yeah, so which is the we switched on what school's going to be fitted first, right?
Not fitted first necessarily, but we're on a tight timeline to get the whole project done. But there were a few sites that we had to take off of the project list because it didn't pencil out anymore.
Gotcha.
Based on the timing and where we're at. We want to get it done.
Any other questions? May I have a motion to approve solar power purchase agreement?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0 with 2 absences. Okay, next up, board services, item 12A, fiscal update and planning.
So as per usual, the updated budget is provided. I did want to point out that I had to reduce the local control funding formula projected revenue due to a slightly lower ADA projection that we are experiencing, which is another tab. It was printed out for you. And so we missed the projection by about 20 ADA, which will be about $200,000 in revenue loss in the current year. Although we did improve, last year we were at around 92.9% ADA as of at this time last year, and we did improve to 93.51%, so that is an improvement, although we were projecting just a little bit higher than that, and the end result was about 20 ADA, as I said, and about $200,000 in revenue. Other than that, I'll take any questions about either the enrollment and or the budget.
It's not for this budget, but I saw the May revise come out. When is COLA finalized? June, right?
It's final now. It's 2.3%, and
I
it
was
was that's a
hoping it
little
could change one
lower
more
than
time.
what we were projecting at second interim, but not as low as what people were talking about, people being.
So it's locked in now?
Yes,
Mhm. Okay.
2.3%.
And
And
then-
I'll have a little bit more of that at the next meeting. I'm actually attending the conference tomorrow around the May revise, and then, but as of right now, his budget can pay for the 2.3%
Okay.
COLA for
And then,
two districts.
and if we talk about it next month instead, that's fine, but does the proposal that he's not gonna fund Prop 98 completely, does that affect us, or is that just a
It's,
cash flow kind of
that's
weird thing?
complicated, and I think, I'd like more information
Yep,
about it
okay.
before I answer the question.
Sounds
if you
good.
don't mind.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you, John. 12B, approval of resolution 2025-29 proclaiming June 2025 as LGBTQIA+ Pride Month.
Thank you. So we bring resolutions forward to the board on our populations within our community, and this month, June is Pride Month, so we're asking for approval of resolution 2025-29.
Any questions? Okay, may I have a motion to approve resolution 2025-29 proclaiming June 2025 as LGBTQIA+ Pride Month.
I move.
Second,
I'll second.
roll call.
Trustee Johnson,
Yes.
Trustee Wing,
Yes.
Trustee Martin.
Aye. Approval of resolution 2025-38 to establish a child development fund.
So we, last year, if you remember, we wrote and received a grant of actually funding for our preschool. We had to establish Fund 12 to be able to receive the funds. So this is an establishment of that fund resource, and the funding will start to flow into that account, and we will be able to pay our subcontractors.
It's great. Questions? Okay, may I have a motion to approve resolution 2025-38 to establish a child development fund?
I'll make a motion.
Second,
I second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 3-0 with
Ooh, roll call.
2 absences. Is it roll call?
Yes.
Okay,
It's a resolution.
then let's roll call, sorry.
No worries.
Trustee Johnson,
Yes.
Trustee Wing,
Yes.
Trustee Martin.
Aye. Okay, the items 12D through 12M are first readings. Any questions on any of those? Okay, then we will move to, I'm sorry, that would be item 12D through 12O. Okay, so then the next is acceptance of gifts and donations to schools and district.
All right, so we have several donations to HAN from the HAN PTA for their field trips. So for second grade, there was a total of $1,460. For fifth grade, $4,250. For first grade, $1,420. So we thank the HAN PTA for supporting field trips. Grayton, they provide us funding in installments, and this installment is in for this quarter, and it's $359,000. I always $487.65. I think I got that right. And so we thank our partners at Grayton for we really appreciate their funding and support. TMS received a gift card from Oliver's for $150, and they also received pizza from Round Table at $100. So thank you to all our partners for supporting our schools.
Okay, any questions? May I have a motion to approve acceptance of gifts and donations to schools and district?
I move.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 3-0 with 2 absences. Thank you for those who donated. We really appreciate that. Next up, future business and agenda items. Trustee Johnson.
Not at this time.
Trustee Wing.
So the only thing I want us to, sometime in the future, not in June, but in August or September, I'd like the board and the district to start, I'd like us to get an AI policy of, are students allowed to use it, or, well, not are they? What is an acceptable use from a student standpoint? Was it an acceptable use from a teacher's standpoint? What are we reporting out? So if teachers are using it for grading, I think the students should be made aware, and the parents. If students are allowed to use it, what does that look like? It is in our schools already, so I just want to make sure that we have clear expectations and what is and isn't allowed, and what we share with AI and all of those kinds of things. So I'd like to get on that sooner than later.
Yeah, we are meeting on it as a cabinet. It's a cabinet agenda item coming up here this week. So we're going to start outlining a process on how we're going to gather feedback. And we appreciate the board being interested in this because it is a very timely and hot topic. So we will outline a process for a policy to be brought forward to all of you. So thank you.
Right. Thank you. With that, we will adjourn to closed session at 7:57. We will reconvene at 8:42. Nothing to report from closed session, and meeting adjourned at 8:42.
Beautiful.